Hey, Clint, guess
What
what?
up?
Guess what? We got a guest.
We do.
Not
I'm
only do we have a
excited.
guest,
I'm excited.
we
But
got
who is it?
a
Who? Who?
returning
Who?
guest.
Who?
Somebody liked us well enough that they're willing to come back.
I know.
Like, that's awesome, dude.
No,
We got
that's
none
awesome.
other
And
than Mr. Cameron Ball, number
dude,
5
fifth year?
for, for the Razorbacks. Defensive tackle, nose tackle. He plugs up the middle, tackles everybody. I'm fired up for this one.
No, and it was an amazing, amazing interview. And what's great is me and Travis have got to see this young man mature.
Oh yeah.
And he is growing up into a leader on the team.
Yep.
I was excited to talk to him, and I think you're going to enjoy this interview.
Look, folks, we talk NIL, we talk transfer portal, we talk barbecue, we talk some more barbecue.
A lot of barbecue.
We talk football, we talk about some other players, we talk about a lot of cool things. We talk about Cam's plans, talk of in the future, things like that. This is a well-grounded young man. He's someone as a look right now as Hog fans, we're like, how do we get behind these guys? All these guys are leaving us, all this craziness. Well, here's our anchor right here. These are one of the guys that's our anchors. These are one of the guys that let's get behind him, let's support him. So, like, share, comment, and then you know what we want you to do also? Get on Instagram, get on Twitter or wherever else. Find Cam Ball there and tell him how much you appreciate him as a Razorback. Okay.
Hallelujah.
And let him know that, man, I watched that interview. You're a good dude, man. So enjoy this. Like, share, comment. Clint, you ready?
I'm ready.
You
Sean
ready?
Michelle, get
Kick
it.
us off, homeboy.
1, 2, 3, 4. You ever seen a lame man walk? Ever heard a dumb man talk? Ever seen a blind man see? I promise you a change his name. You ever seen a cancer dead? Ever seen all the poor get fed? Ever seen a prisoner set free? I promise you a change his name. Change his name. Lord, change his name. Ever seen a broken heart made whole? Ever seen an orphan find a home? Ever seen the weak find the strength? I promise you I'll change his name. Ever seen the sick get healed? Ever seen a mystery revealed?
What's up, everybody? What is up? It's time for the Hawg Slop podcast with Big C and Bigger T. And we got a special guest today, Clint. We
Yeah.
got the man, a returning guest. Okay, he was with us. It's been a while. It's been a while. But he's back with us. Number 5 in your program. No, it's not Darren McFadden. I know he looks just like him. He runs just as
Just
fast.
just as fast.
Just as fast. But our boy Cam Ball, defensive tackle from Atlanta, Texas. Atlanta, Georgia. Why did I say Atlanta, Texas? I'm an idiot. Atlanta, Georgia, the big Atlanta. Cam Ball, how you doing, buddy?
Good, man. I'm good, man. Blessed to see y'all again, man. Blessed to be on here. You know what I'm saying? To be a two-time returning guest.
That's right, man.
Yeah, I mean you are like on a distinguished list by yourself.
That's right. You're
So
you're the
there you
only
go.
hog player we've had twice.
The only hog player we've had on twice. I'm looking forward to it. Now, how insulted were you when he said Atlanta, Texas? Because I mean, I got the feelings that the differences in Atlanta, Georgia, and Atlanta, Texas are, in a word, immense.
Yeah.
You see, I've never even heard of Atlanta, Texas. So that was a
Most
first
people
for me.
haven't.
Yeah,
We've
yeah.
had a couple Razorback players from Atlanta. Wasn't Nile Davis from?
I have no idea.
And anyway, we've had some
I'll agree
Razorback
with
players.
you
Yeah.
if it'll make you feel better, but I don't
But
know.
Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, Atlanta, Georgia. Anything in
Atlanta,
Texas is
Georgia.
bad. Anything in
First
Texas.
off, how awful is y'all's airport? Let's talk about that.
Horrible, man. Oh my
It
goodness.
is horrible. It is.
Hartsville is horrible. It's always so, 'cause you know, it's the world's busiest airport. There's always so many people there. They're always doing construction. TSA, if when they tell you to get to your flight 2 hours in advance, up here at X and A, you can get to your flight 30 minutes before they take off. You can get to TSA while they're boarding. If you try to play around at Hartsfield, man, you will
Yeah.
miss your flight. You
Yeah.
have to like 2.5 hours.
No, it's. I mean, I guess the nice part about Atlanta, it'd be living there is that you can at least get a direct flight about anywhere you want to
Yeah,
go.
nonstop,
That,
nonstop.
but yeah, because Atlanta's a hub to everywhere. You can about get like a direct flight to Norway if you wanted to. I don't know why you want to go to Norway, but you might want to go there.
Yeah.
They
Several
have,
years ago, I was going on a mission trip, and we got stuck on the tarmac in Atlanta for 2.5 hours, and we couldn't get out of our seats. And one of my buddies had to pee bad, dude.
Oh
And
man.
he started to get up. The stewardess, flight attendant said, "Sit down." And he's like 6'4", 320 something. You know, he's a big dude. And he turned red. He was so mad. Anyway, but yeah, it's a rough place. Well, Cam, man, I want to hit you right off with something. Okay, I was watching uh, another guest we had, Fernando Carmona Jr. Okay, he's got his own podcast with his brother,
Mando.
Pin and Pull. I got to give him. Uh, props there. It's a great podcast. Him and his brother. I was watching it today, and he talked about the other day at practice. You stood up and addressed the team, and you told the team what, and it sounded like it's sort of become a rallying cry. He said, "We're all we got. We're all we need."
Most definitely. That's exactly what my exact words before we started practice, our first bowl practice, with all this transfer portal nonsense and people leaving here and, you got people coming in and out, stuff of that nature. I was just like, whoever we got, when we go to Memphis or whoever we got that's in preparation for battle and for war with us right now, practice, that's all we need, because those are the real ones that's here, that's sticking it out through it all, through the thick and thin. And that's who I want to go to battle with.
Man, that's an awesome attitude. As a fan, love it. I know
Yes,
Clint's the same way with me there.
No, 100%. But on that line, when some guys are left, of course, pretty much the entire interior of the offensive line is going to be different for the bowl game. What's Kobe Branham, Joe Moore, Joe Brooks Edmondson, is it?
Brooks James.
Brooks Edmondson. I'm sorry about butchering your name. Please don't beat me up. I'm an old man. I'm feeble. I can't defend myself. I know not what I do. Anyway, but no, tell us about those guys. How are they looking, and what do we got to look forward to in the future, especially with Brooks and Kobe?
Man, the past 2 days has been physical with them, man. Like you can tell that they're coming out to practice that, that it's their moment now, it's their time to shine. They finally got the opportunity that they've been waiting for. And you can tell like they're trying to take full advantage of it because they don't care if it's a red shirt senior or a freshman or whoever that's in front of them. They're trying to make a point. They're trying to make a statement, and I can't wait for them to make that statement. On a different team come next week. I want to say next week. So like a week from now, a week and a half from now.
That's great to hear, man. And that's what I think. And your attitude, what you said about, and that's similar to what Pittman said. I guess a couple years ago when y'all went over to the Liberty Bowl against Kansas, y'all had, was it 9 starters, something like that? They were out that game.
Yep.
And he said, "Look, who's on this plane? Who's on this bus?" Kind of the similar kind of attitude. But to me, it's so much better when it's coming from a player like you, a leader. And so, do you see yourself? I mean, are you kind of one of those leaders in the locker room? Have you kind of, I know because you've been there a while now, right? So, and I hear other guys talking about you like that. Okay, so is that a role that you you take pride in as a guy that's been there a while?
I do, man. You know, it's funny because just the other day I can just remember just being a freshman coming in the building, you know, trying to earn respect of the vets and of the older guys, and now, you know, when I wake up in the morning and I go to the facility and stuff of that nature, yeah, I got people calling me vets. I got people calling me unk. You know, want to pull me aside and ask me for advice and guidance and stuff of that nature. And you know, I'm just so blessed to be where I am and to be at the University of Arkansas so long, and just be in the position to be able to give pointers to the young guys because a lot of stuff that they are going through now, I've already experienced. So I can be a voice and an advocate for them on how to, you know, thrive and rise to the occasion in the positions that they're in.
For us as fans, it seems like this transfer portal and NIL stuff is just chaos, right? I mean, we're watching Twitter and Facebook groups and all this, and we're getting all the different information, and we're like, and everybody has an idea of why everything's happening, and it just seems like, okay, what's next? Tell us a little bit what it's like for the players, okay? Because y'all are really the ones. We think we're stressed out about it, or we think it affects us. It don't really affect. We're watching on TV, dude. You know what I mean? Or from the
Yeah.
stands. You're the one that you're in the trenches with these guys. You're the brotherhood in the locker room. So tell just kind of what it's like as someone that's and you've gone through it now for a few seasons. Of course, it's ever growing.
Yeah.
Okay,
Get a little more crazy.
but talk about it, what it's like as a player going through that kind of stuff.
Man, you know, sometimes it catches us off guard too, as well, when it comes to certain players. You know, you got people in the locker room saying that I'm finna leave, I'm finna do this and that. And you know, some actually go through with it. You got some people just talking just for
Mm.
attention. But man, to tell you the not, man, I'm just like y'all, man. I get on Twitter probably like every 30 minutes or so and refresh to see, okay, we get some good news. What's next? Oh man,
Yeah.
he hit it. Oh man, I remember him talking to me about it. Oh, he didn't say anything about it. Like it catches me off guard sometimes as well.
Yeah.
And then especially, you know, you like just outside of football, when you've known some of these guys for a long time, and you know you built relationships with them. Oftentimes you met each other's family, you know, break bread with each other. It kind of sometimes I've had a few teammates that I've lost to the portal. You know, it kind of hurt a little bit. You know,
Yeah.
especially like I can tell you one personally, like he's my best friend. We're in the same fraternity, man. Pooh Paul, man. You know,
Yeah.
that kind of messed me up. But I talked to Pooh probably like every other week. I was on the phone with Pooh Paul like yesterday morning actually. So you know,
Mm.
like I'm happy for him, man. I see he's doing his thing. Ole Miss just declared that he's going to go to the NFL. So you know,
Yeah.
at
And
the
we're
end of
gonna
the
need a
day,
favor from you. You got Topu Paul that his boys Big C, Bigger T said, "What's up?"
That's
Because he's
right.
been on the podcast too.
Yeah,
I
he's been
got
on
you.
here. Yeah.
Yeah, tell him we
I
said,
tell him.
"What's up?"
I got you. I
Hey,
will
and
next time I talk to him.
that one hurt us. Not like it did you. I mean, he's your best, one of your best friends, dude. Okay, so I'm not comparing it, but I mean, as fans, that was one of those we were like, man. Well, and last year, I mean, honestly, the guys that left, three of them had a C on their chest.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? When we're watching them play, they had that C, and
Mhm.
so we were like, as a fan, I'm like, man, those are the guys that are stepping out. I mean,
Yeah,
I expect some of the others maybe. I mean, maybe some backups, maybe some other guys that maybe not, getting the ball as much or whatever. But those were shockers for sure. And Pooh was one of those that, like you said, as fan base, I think all the fans were like, not him,
yeah.
And we've had some, a couple of those this year that were like, man, not him.
But you know, I think oftentimes, um, guys, you know, they feel like they got to do what's best for them.
Yeah.
And I mean, at that point in time, you know, we love you. We always here with you, always here for you with open arms. But at that point in time, man, really, no matter who you are, because I can be gone today. You know, coaching staff can be gone today. They're gonna bring somebody right back in our spots, man.
Yeah.
And that's life. That's in the workforce. That's anything. Next
Mhm.
man up, or there's always going to be a replacement for you. So
Yeah.
No, and that's part of sports. They're always trying to find the guy better than you.
yeah,
I mean, your team's doing it, the other team's doing it, everybody they're just trying to find the guy that's better than you. It's part of, it's almost well, it is a business now, I guess you have to say. But speaking of business, I hear we have a little business that we can throw it down. We
oh
can
yeah,
cook. Tell me what you do.
Balls Barbecue, man. It's
Uh,
kind of running now, man. I'm gonna pick it back up when the season's like officially over in the off season come January. If anybody want to eat some barbecue in the winter,
yeah.
But
Call
it
your
was a
boy up.
little it was a little thing, man. Growing up, my father, he was a barbecue caterer, and I used to just help him load the charcoal grills on the back of his truck. He give me $20, and then he'll have to take me sometimes to some of his gigs, and I just started, just wondering like how does this work? How to pour this much of charcoal or this time, just like learning like little things, man, and just getting to college. I got tired of eating out. It wasn't good for my body.
Yeah.
Uh, so I just started experiencing cooking things on my own. And then I fell in love with barbecue, man, because I just love just, especially on a nice little day, man. You outside, you got some tunes going, you just sitting down, just enjoying life. Got the smoke going from the pit, man. And I had a couple of friends over and they was eating my barbecue and they was just like, man, you should really like take this serious, man. Like you should probably like try to sell plates or some of that nature. And I was like, man, I ain't never really thought of it. I just like, what I'm saying, cooking for other people, cooking for my friends, and I let them
Mm.
enjoy my food. So then I thought about it one day. I was like, let me just give it a shot. And then it took off from there.
See, I'm a big barbecue guy too. I'm not as ambitious as you are with the with the opening up the own business and all that, but I have a cinder block pit so that I built myself.
Okay.
And the day and I did what I called meat feast the day of the Texas game. Um, I smoked like 4 racks of ribs, a pork shoulder, a bologna. You ever tried smoked bologna?
I never tried smoke ball. I love fried bologna sandwiches though.
No, I'm telling you. Here's what you do. Now, don't be cheap with it. Go to Walmart and get the Petit Jean bologna.
Okay.
You
Teddy
take
G's
just
an Arkansas company. It's
yeah, it's Arkansas
Laurelton,
company.
Arkansas.
It's amazing. It's the best bologna you can buy. Cut it down the middle, about 275 for about 2 hours. Cut it a long way. Use a mustard barbecue sauce, and you'll thank me for it.
That's why I got to get a smoker, man, so I can really experience, like how to do different things because I was just brought up on straight charcoal grills, so
Right? Yeah.
direct heat. So I got to give me a smoker, man, and experience because I want to cook a brisket, but I'm not going to cook it over no charcoal grill, man.
Yeah.
Too much
Yeah.
time.
No.
You just about have to slow cook that for sure. Yeah. It's gonna be tough if you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
No.
man, that's cool because I look back at, like I said, I watched back our episode we had with you a couple years ago, and you were just kind of starting about, kind of talking about maybe wanting to do the chef thing. Okay. And now your major, have you changed your major? Is your major and minor still the same?
It is, and I graduated from University of Arkansas this past Saturday, man. So
Awesome.
Oh,
Congrats, dude.
congratulations, my
Yeah.
man.
appreciate y'all,
Now,
man.
what's the
Appreciate
No, that's
degree?
awesome. That's awesome.
the degree is communication still.
Yeah.
Um, Now, since I've announced that I'm coming back for my 5th year, I have 3 options. I can try to get a master's in communication. I can take some little poo classes to just stay eligible, or I can try to attack my minor, which is food science. So I'm kind of like weighing my options now to see what I'm gonna do, but I'm pushing aside the just taking the regular classes to stay eligible because I'm in the school for another year. I might as well get another piece of paper, to add along
That's
to
why you're a better person than me. I would have taken the bullcrap class.
Yeah.
I mean, 100%. And Travis knows I'm not lying.
No, he's not
Like,
lying. No.
not even a little bit.
No, the food in the food science, I remember that was your minor then too, and so that's and I've heard you on other interviews since then too. So that's kind of maybe the after football, and hopefully that's a long time from now, right?
yes,
Hopefully you
sir.
got a long NFL career and all that kind of stuff. But that's something that, down the line, you're hoping to maybe incorporate into, your future career, after football, right?
Yes, sir. I plan to at least with my first NFL check, man, try to put some aside to have a restaurant or a business because I want to open up one here in Fayetteville. I don't want to do nothing in Atlanta because I don't know for some reason I really got my hometown in my rear view, man. I'm just being 10 hours away from home, man. I just want to go out and experience, bigger and better. And coming to Fayetteville, man, that's probably one of the best things I've ever did, one of the best decisions I ever made. I fell in love with the university. I met my girlfriend out here. Just looking back at it, man, a lot of people didn't like my decision, to come out
Mm.
here because I was recruited during COVID, so I didn't get a chance to take any official visits or nothing. This
Yeah.
probably might offend some of y'all, but I've never even heard of the state of Arkansas, man. I never did. I didn't.
That's
But
all
when I
right.
came out here, man, I fell in love with it, and it's to the
Yeah.
point where now I go home, going out. This about to be my fifth year being out here. I'll probably go home like twice a year, man. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, can I tell you, dude, and this is maybe something we should have talked about at the end or whatever, but just what you said there and the way you've adopted Arkansas, Arkansas also adopts you. And especially with all this NIL transfer portal stuff, having a guy like you that stuck around. And if you decide to stick around, like, once you go to the NFL and stuff like that, Arkansas fans are going to root for you down the line, right? And then if you decide to come back and open up a restaurant or something like that, I guarantee you, dude, in Arkansas, you look at people like, I know you've heard of like David Basil,
mhm.
Matt Jones, I mean, those guys can go and do anything in Arkansas, because Arkansas adopted them. I mean, well, of course, like Basil was
Jones is
from
from
out of
Fort
state.
Smith.
Well, yeah, Jones is from Fort Smith. Yeah, he already lived here, but you know what I'm saying? Like Arkansas are gonna, they're gonna hold it down for you. So, that's gonna
Can't
be
adopt
that's a
somebody
neat
that's
thing.
from here, Travis. They're already
Huh.
here.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah,
Well,
but you know what I mean? Like
I'm just
they
giving you a
they
hard time.
when you're a guy that's especially like people are going to remember your dedication and what you've done for the state as far for the football team and stuff like that, so that's cool, man.
Yes, sir.
And now last time I mentioned you know as you talk about the barbecue thing, so are you a guy that does the dry rub? Are you the wet rub, or or sauce or heavy, or what kind of stuff you?
Um, I would say it's all about who I'm preparing it for. So if I'm preparing it for other people, I kind of want to go all out. You got some people that love, barbecue sauce already glazed on their meat. You got some people who like, dry rub on their barbecue. But if I'm doing something for like me or just me and my girlfriend or some of that nature, I'm being lazy with it, man. I ain't really doing too much. I'm just hitting with my seasonings and just throw it on there. But if I'm doing like an event or if I'm cooking, man, I go all out. So
Yeah.
I'll ask, or get a tally or so of, who wants, barbecue sauce already on the barbecue meat or who doesn't. And then I base it off of that. And then I still have like, I'll put like small little containers of barbecue sauce in the plates when I distribute them, just in
Mhm.
case,
Yeah,
you
so
want to try
people
to
can
try
add their
something.
own. Yeah,
Yeah.
gotcha. Do you make your own sauces or do you use a commercial
Kind
sauce?
of I mean, I got to get into it of making my own sauces, but I really love the Kraft barbecue sauce, sweet honey.
Okay.
Kraft's a very underrated barbecue sauce, dude.
Yeah,
I really
yeah,
think so.
yeah.
Like I used to use when I'd grill shrimp a lot, I
Mhm.
would I would use just regular Kraft barbecue sauce on it, and they were so good, man.
Yeah, I'm not a big Sweet Baby Ray's kind of guy, man.
I say I like it too, but
I,
yeah,
I'm
Kraft's
I'm
good.
I only make my own barbecue sauce
Yeah,
now. But I
Clint
mean,
makes his own.
yeah. But that's just when and see, I don't know what I'm doing. I just start making a sauce and I just like, okay, here's where I want to take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to go hot and sweet, and then I'll just do what I need to do to take it there. I got like a way I started off and the way I do it. Like I'm like Rain Man. I don't.
Yeah.
Do you know who Rain Man is? Do you, Cam?
Clint actually
That's
grows.
before your time. Tom Cruise was in it.
Yeah, Clint actually grows some of his own meat too. He has pigs and
Yeah.
cattle and stuff. We got a little farm at his house.
Little farm.
Organic.
I tried doing a Texas style turkey breast,
Mhm.
and because a video had just popped up on the TV, and it was like, and I had some turkey breast from the turkeys I'd raised in my sink, and the guy goes, "The hardest part's finding turkey breast this size," and I happen to have two of them in my sink thawing out. I'm like, well, I guess I'm doing this. so, so it turned out pretty good. Unhealthy as all get out, but it turned out good.
Yeah. Well, man, back to football here. I'm getting hungry now. So,
Me
talking
too.
about all this,
Man, I got some food
cook.
cooking right now, man.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
We're
Man, my
coming
little
over.
two. Yeah, that's right. You got two fat guys at your door, surely. Now, but now, talk about this. You know, this year, last year, or whatever. What are the ways you've improved your game the most over the last couple years? Do you think?
Um, my biggest thing is since freshman year, I struggle with self-doubt. You
Mm,
know, I've always asked myself, am I good enough? Um, can I play in the SEC? Can I play against these cats? So we're finna play Texas, man. They're ranked number 3? Am
yeah.
I good enough to go out and perform against those guys, man? So I'll say from a growth standpoint, I've grown, a lot with mindset wise. Um, I feel like, and once I shifted that mindset, I started to become more of a dominant and physical kind of player. But I know I still have a lot of things I have to improve on, and that's what this year is about for me.
Mm,
Just making those finest, them finishing touches, and just really sharpening my knives I got in my tool bag, man. So I can just go all out my last year, man.
yeah.
Now, obviously, a big moment for everyone this season was the Tennessee game.
Okay.
Where were you on that last play of the game? I know weren't in the game at that point, I believe, but
Uh-huh.
were you watching? Did you have your eyes closed? What were you doing?
Man, so before the game, because I promise you, I can send y'all the text. My parents had came, and my parents, they're a little bit older. They're like in their 60s, like early
Mm,
60s. So I texted my dad at 11 o'clock that day. I said, not if, but I texted him. I said, once we win, I need y'all to stay in the stands because they're about to storm the field, and I don't want y'all to get trampled or I don't want y'all to get hurt. I will find y'all, so stay in there. So stay in the
something like that.
stands. So that was my main concern when I was thinking. And then I was tired, man. I was dog tired. And my defensive line Coach Adams, pulled me off the field, and I'm sitting at the edge of the sideline, like I got the front row seat to what's about to happen in these next 3 seconds. And I can just remember, I'm just like, oh my goodness, like how is this gonna go? And then once I seen my buddy Eric Gregory tackle him, and it's like he didn't even throw the ball. And I looked at the refs. I didn't see nobody pulling laundry out their pockets. And all of a sudden, it was just like roaches when the lights came on, just like this. And you had the equipment staff. You had the equipment staff. Give me your helmet. Give me your helmet. Because people was trying to take equipment and all that. I'm just like, oh
Yeah.
my goodness, I don't even know what to do. I don't know what to do. And then I just ran to the middle of the field, and I got all these cameras in my face. Good game, 5, da, 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 da. And it was just crazy, man, because I was a part of the field storm when we played Texas,
Yeah.
but I didn't play that game. I was number 92, and that's where a lot of the self doubt like started to come into play was my freshman year, like I said. So we stormed the field and they played Texas and we played Texas, and I had people coming up to me, man, good game, man. You did this, you did that. And I'm thinking, I'm like, I didn't do anything. Like I understand it's a team effort, but I didn't do anything.
You
And
just
just to
defined
know,
my entire collegiate career.
Yeah. I just realized what you said. But when it came to the Tennessee, and I had people telling me that, and I sat back and I thought, and I'm like, wow, man, I remember last time something like this happened, I wasn't really a part of it, and now I'm like, okay, I had a huge part in it. I made a difference. Like I helped us get to this point of everybody on the field. So I just took it all in, man. I started to get emotional a little bit because it's
Mhm.
like I came so far, but yeah, I still have so far to go as well.
Well, man, I can tell you, one of my favorite things to watch in watching a football game is the lines, right? And I love watching defensive line. I love watching defensive ends. It's really, I really like watching, that, but I love watching you play. And you can forget that self-doubt stuff, dude, because you can do it all. You can do it. I mean, you got the skills. NFL guys are going to be saying, we want him, you know. I don't know when they'll say that we want him, depends on who else is going out there and everything, but I have no doubt about that, dude. You got it. So keep it up for sure. Talk about some of your other teammates on your defensive line, especially the guys that are going to be playing in the bowl and that are going to be around next year. Who are some of the guys that you can brag on them a little bit? Say, hey, watch out for this guy. Watch it, especially maybe being the older guy. Some of the younger guys. It's
Man, I give you a few cats names, man. Quincy Rhodes.
Mhm.
First off, when you see Quincy, you just say, oh my athlete. He's
Yeah,
just he's a huge dude, man.
looks the part,
From
don't he? Yeah,
yeah, most deaf, most deaf. He's strong in the weight room from North Little Rock, Arkansas homegrown. He's a good guy. I've seen him develop over the past 2 years. He came in as a freshman. He's gonna be good, man. He's gonna be good next year. I expect a big year out of him. Coming back as well, we got two talented freshmen on the defensive end at the defensive end spot with Kavion Henderson and Charleston Collins. Those two cats right there, man, their ceiling is high, and you can tell like from when they came in this year, from day one, they're hungry, like, and that's what you want, out of young kids, man. They just keep asking you, how can I perfect this? How can I do this better? How can I, what I'm saying, just like fix the little things, and that's gonna
mm,
take them far into their third, fourth year. Then
mm,
you got Big N Gaffard, man. That's a
yeah,
that's a huge kid, man. That's
yeah,
a and I've seen his growth and his development as well. Ian could probably pass you as a gentle giant, and I had to keep telling him like, man, you just don't understand, man. With your size and what I'm saying, your skill set, because for a big guy, man, you can move. You're pretty athletic for your size. You just got to find you something that just ticks you off, man. Just makes you
yeah,
angry, and just go out and just play that way. And that's what he started to do, man. I've seen Ian change so much. We, including myself, we still got a little things that we have to tune up, man. But
yeah.
we're gonna be good. Another D tackle, Danny Salili.
Mhm.
He's coming along, man. So we we
Yeah.
we got some guys, man. We're gonna get a few pieces from the portal. Gonna get a few pieces out of high school, and overall, man, I hate to say it. Well, I really don't hate to say it. I don't know why I said that, but like I said, I'm the vet now. I'm the leader of the defensive line, so
Yeah.
everything is gonna look back on me, fall back on me. So I'm just gonna have to take it with a grain of salt, man, and lead these boys in the right direction. I'm up
You
for the
ready to show
challenge.
them boys how to shop at the Bass Pro Shop in Memphis?
Oh, I think
Yeah,
last time we went, we had went there. We showed
yeah,
did.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's freaking Memphis. What else you gonna do?
That's
Uh,
right.
I mean,
Hill
just
Street.
be thankful. Hey, let's just be honest. We knew we know the bowl game possibilities, and I know you're sitting there like, please, anything but Birmingham, anything but Birmingham. I might transfer if they go to the Birmingham Bowl. I don't know, but no, Memphis. I mean, the Bass Pro that's cool.
Yeah.
I remember going to a wrestling event there. So.
Yeah.
That's how old
The
I
old,
am.
the
I
old
remember back
pyramid.
before it was a Bass Pro.
Yeah.
And Memphis is cool, man. It's not as bad as people make it seem. Last time we was there, we was kind of in the same predicament, 6-6, losing about 30 guys in the portal. And Coach Pittman told us too. when we first got announced, he was like, you remember the Liberty Bowl? It was the most watched Liberty Bowl in Liberty Bowl history. It had 5.2 million views, man. I was so tired that game.
Yeah.
I can't even remember what overtime we had went to, man. I was so tired. I was
No,
so
I
tired.
was at that game. I had to. My son was having trouble, so I had left at halftime. But I remember we went to Buffalo Wild Wings, and I'm like, oh, we got this one, and so I got in the car and I left, and I started listening to the radio. I'm like, what the crap? What? No, and then y'all won it, and then they threw a flag, and then y'all had to win it again. That was an insane game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
It was
insane.
a good win, though. Good win.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Now, hopefully, y'all get a little barbecue while you're over there. They get some pretty
And
good barbecue in Memphis.
yeah, I've heard a lot about Memphis barbecue. I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna try it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. Well, cool, man. So tell us about, are there some, other guys, especially, on the defense that you would say, guys, we need to watch out for too. Maybe some linebackers, some other guys that you'd say, hey, man, these guys are solid or showing something.
Mhm. I could say, we got a couple of guys who, this is going to be their last game because of, eligibility, and they're going to leave it all out on the field, just probably my last game playing beside Kiwi Rose, man. Kiwi Rose been with us about 2 years now.
Mm,
He's came in and he's did his part,
mm.
just being dominant in the passing game and in the run game. Anton Junket, he's been, he had a lot kind of like some issues going on, with his body.
Yeah.
Majority of the season, battling injuries or so. So I expect him to just leave it all on the field as well. And then Jaden Johnson, that's
Oh,
another
yeah.
guy I came in with, man, and we've been tight since freshman year, and I look at him as a brother. And I know that I was blessed to be able to redshirt my freshman year, but God told him that he was going to play early, man. That's what he did, and so now he's foreign out, man. And I know he's
Yeah.
going to leave it all on the field for his last college game, his last collegiate game as well, man.
Yeah. He's still, he had a few early on, there was a couple, of course, when you're a D back, dude, any mess up you make is under a microscope because the camera's going to be on you, and you mess up back there, a guy's making a touchdown pass, right?
Yeah,
But he's really turned into a really good safety, man. And,
physical safety.
oh, that hit! Which game was that? The Texas game where he uh, clocked that dude at the goal line, or was that Tennessee? Seemed like it was one
Uh,
of those.
I think it was
Anyway,
Ole Miss. I think.
was it Ole Miss? Like he stopped the guy at the 1 yard line, just
Yeah, it was Ole Miss.
like it was on the near side pylon, or at least on the
Yeah,
video.
that
It
was
was.
Ole Miss.
Yeah, Ole Miss.
Yeah, man, dude, that was a sweet hit.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's awesome.
So Cam, now you've been in it a few years now,
Mhm.
and so you've seen some stadiums. Which stadium has the absolute worst visitor accommodations, and what is absolutely trash about the place?
Um, it has to be between Auburn, Missouri, and I want to say LSU. But I think Missouri is the worst because the lockers are so small. The locker room is very small.
What about Auburn was horrible? What about their facilities was just terrible?
I'll say the locker room, like the lockers, like have y'all seen the inside of our like game day locker room before?
No,
Yeah,
they've got a restraining order on me.
I've, I've, I've,
I'm joking.
I was in there a long time ago, but I've seen video of it more recently. Yeah,
Probably about three lockers can make one locker in our stadium at Auburn. Like
really.
they're so compact. It's like this much space. So I'll say that. Oh, and what plays in a part too, it has to be like the hotels that we go to that's in the city. Oftentimes like we have a great, not even good, a great staff like food wise for home games, business. Man, they cook the top of the line food and everything. I love it. I love the food. I love the dessert. But you can tell that we're spoiled because when we go to these other places, man, I'll just be like, ugh, like what is this?
Bad
Like, you
stuff.
call this a steak, man? Like
Yeah.
I'll be feeling all uppity, man. Like ugh, how dare you? You know?
I'm
Just
too
pick it
good
up
for
and throw it at
this.
them.
That's
Yeah. What is this
right.
crap?
Yeah. Why dare you feed me like a peasant?
Man.
That's good. Well, you know, the media hates Auburn too.
Yeah.
All the
Yeah.
media
And,
guys.
and by the way, I'm pretty sure if y'all played them 10 times, y'all would have won more than one.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
That's funny, man, because we was just on to the next game, man. I wasn't even.
Yeah.
I seen what he said. I'm just like, okay, coach, yeah, you got it, man. Next game, who we play the next week? Okay, we on to them. We already,
Okay, buddy.
yeah,
That's
Sounds
right.
good.
Yeah.
we already handled business.
Yeah. Well, man, I want to kind of go back to the NIL and transfer portal thing a little bit more. Just and how crazy is it? Especially at the first of all, do you think are players getting contacted in the middle of the season from people? Do you think? I'm not talking generalities. You don't have to admit if you have, but do you think that there are some folks getting contacted and you know saying or maybe through an agent or somehow uh, are there people cheating that way?
I think a lot of times, sometimes people get away with this new NIL agent kind of thing, Man, the game is really not the same anymore. It really isn't, because of NIL and because of the transfer portal. Sometimes people they probably get in contact with. I really don't know because it hasn't happened to me. I just know like based off of stories I heard.
Mm,
But sometimes it'd be a little fishy stuff going on. But
mm,
that's in any business. It was involved in sometimes in some guys high school recruitment. That's why they feel the need to entertain it in college or so. So a
yeah,
lot of people got their own reasons. Uh, Something I live by, like what Coach T. Will tells us, when stuff going on in different position rooms and stuff of that nature, he tells us to fly our own plane. And that's
yeah,
kind of what I do, man. I love where I'm at. I love the people. I love the coaching staff. I love my teammates, the ones that's still here. So to tell y'all the truth, man, I just fly my own plane.
that's good.
No, there you go. No, that's the best attitude that you could possibly have.
And now, and look, I think everybody is glad that y'all are able to make some money, and able to make good money because, before there's no reason guys should not be able to be able to afford to go to Taco Bell if they wanted to, or, whatever. Okay. And y'all put a lot of work in and you're not able to get a, you know, you know, you, just like, you want to do your barbecue thing, you
Mhm.
can't do that on a regular basis and make money to help you pay expenses because you have school and then you're owned by the football program too,
Yeah,
I mean, so you got to just take your opportunities to do it, right?
yeah.
But as a player, would you say they're going to have to come to grips with this stuff and set up some boundaries because this with no boundaries is going to go too far one day? Would you agree with that?
I think they're going to have to put a cap on it. It's going to have to be some restrictions, man, because it does get out of hand. Because a lot of the NIL money, for one, which is the biggest problem, and it's going to mess up a lot of kids in the future who do not know how to handle their money right, who do not know how to manage it right. The NIL period is not taxed. So it's like you just getting it flat out right. And if you don't set money aside for taxes, if you don't, you
Hmm.
know what I'm saying, like have a right financial person to help you or something like some of that nature, down the road, man, you probably want to. They're gonna garnish everything you have, man.
Yeah.
Whenever you want to buy a house or whenever you want to do something, that adult things that people do, with adult money,
Yeah.
because of what you did in college, through NIL, you may not be able to. NIL has its goods and has its bads, its pros and its cons, but it's all about what you do with your money.
Mhm.
A lot of times, this is probably the most amount of money that a lot of college athletes will ever see in their life.
Mhm.
That they're making the most that their families have ever seen in their, you know, many years of living and working. So it's all about how you manage your money and who the people around you. Just make sure you surround yourself with good people around you.
Does the school try to help y'all with that? Does the school try to put people around you that'll help you with your finances and help you like educate you on, hey man, you need to put, 30-40% aside because Uncle Sam's going to come get his. So that 100,000 ain't really 100,000 or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I
Uh,
can say they do. They do a good job of it. Especially the NIL department. If you need somebody to help you out, with taxes or to tell you about this, or they do. I can say that, from personal experience.
but
They do surround you around people.
it's still up to the player to seek that out though.
Most definitely. Because at the end of the day, it's your money. So you can listen all you want, but it can go in one ear and out the other. A lot of times, some people just feel like they just want to do what's best for them. And whether that's, good or bad in the next person's
Mhm.
eyes, it really don't matter.
And Clint and I have talked on here, man. If we were, 18, 19 years old and all of a sudden someone threw a couple hundred G's in our lap, we would have made some dumb decisions with it. you know, I mean,
I was I was
almost anybody
really
would.
dumb,
Yeah.
really, really dumb.
Almost anybody would,
Yeah,
especially if you're not used to having that, man. I mean, that's a whole new world.
been a
Yeah.
lot of Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, that's right.
Not the knockoff. It would have been no. Wouldn't be like Dr. Thunder either. I would have
That's
got.
right. Yeah, he would have went straight with the
I would
real
have
thing. That's right.
got the real thing.
But yeah, I mean that's and the thing is too, man, anytime, it does become when you add money to something, it becomes about the money. That's
Yeah.
in anything, man. That's in anything in life. And and that's and for the fans, I think as we're watching it, we're seeing that. And I know you're seeing it even more because you're living it, right? I mean, you're having to fight that battle yourself. And it sounds like you're doing a good job of keeping football at the heart of it, and the team at the heart of it. But you'd probably be the first one to say there's a lot of dudes that are struggling with that, that to where the money's the biggest deal, right?
So I'll tell y'all like this, how I go about it, because I remember my freshman year, NIL had just came about, and of course, as the more I played, my NIL started to grow a little bit, here and there. But my whole thing was I'm not necessarily worried about this college money because it's temporary. The
Mm,
whole goal and whole mindset growing up was to make it to the NFL because that's where the money's at.
that's right.
So that's what I'm worried about. That's my main goal is to make it to the NFL, make it to that second contract in the NFL,
That's
so I
right.
can have generational wealth. Like this college money, man. It's cool. It's cool to have, man. I know it's people back in the day that wish they could have had this and that, but this is kind of really like a simulation or a trial. And scouts pay attention to that as well. Like, okay, he was getting all this X amount of dollars in college. How did he manage it? Was he smart with it? Did he make dumb decisions? Because everybody gonna make
Yeah.
dumb decisions, but did you learn from those decisions? So
Yeah.
like to better set yourself up in the long term in the NFL. So I'm not really focused on this college money, man. It's good to have. I'm fortunate enough to give back to my community, man, to bless my parents, to
Mm.
have a youth football camp I do. But my main goal is, NFL, man, NFL money.
Well, and the thing too, but you're exactly right. That's the way to do it, especially when you got talent like you do, where the NFL is a legit goal, right? And of course, I know everybody thinks they're going to end up in the NFL, but the truth is, a small percentage of even D1 college athletes end up there.
Well, and I've
And
been waiting to be drafted for like the last 25 years.
that's right. Yeah.
Getting ridiculous.
Yeah. That's
Starting
right.
to think they don't want me.
But uh but I was thinking about this the other day. I work at a middle school. Okay. There's a kid at my middle school. He's 6'3", 320 pounds in the eighth grade. And I mean, he needs to add some muscle, but I mean, he hadn't even really started a weight program yet. You know what I mean? Like he's eighth grade and he hadn't hit puberty yet. So he's going to add some muscle. But I was thinking about it and I was thinking about the way things are now, right? So a guy like him, if Arkansas coach showed up at my school, they would get his cell phone number and they would say, "Hey, I'm going to stay in contact with you because with your size, if you keep playing football, you might could be a, offensive tackle someday, right?"
Right.
So there, so automatically with his God-given size. Now, by the time he gets in college, the average, you know, player, say at Arkansas, will be making in the hundreds of thousands probably a
Yeah.
year, right?
Right.
I mean, especially with profit sharing and all this stuff, because everybody's getting the profit sharing. So what we're seeing more than likely, and you know better than I do, but I'm guessing what's happening is it ain't that all of a sudden Arkansas, you're going to be able to get more 4 and 5 stars. It's the price of that 3 star is going to go up. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it's inflation is what's happening because there's more money in the pool. So it's going to cost you more for everybody. So that's what's going to happen. And so this kid that comes from South Arkansas, comes from no money, nothing, okay, has a chance to go to school for free and make some good money. Even if he doesn't make the pros, man, he could make some money that he could set back to give him a kickstart in whatever career he goes into. Like crazy, man. I mean, how many people get to finish college? I mean, most people finish college with student debt, right?
Right.
But your average student. But just because he's got God given size and ability to play a sport, he can go out with you know few hundred thousand in the bank, and he can go get if he goes and gets a teacher job for $50,000, he can go ahead and pay cash for a house, and he's set up pretty good for a long time. He don't have a house payment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Crazy, man.
And
I
that's
mean, that,
what it's so impressive what you're doing. Go ahead and setting yourself up now,
yeah,
with the catering and the food service and all that. It's just awesome. It's like it's nice to we had Austin Ledbetter on here when he decided to go out on the football team. And he goes, the coach was just happy I had a plan. Because Travis asked every baseball player we've ever had on the podcast, he goes, "So what's your plan after baseball?" And they all just look at him like, "What?
yeah. There's something after baseball.
Like
Yeah,
what? I'm playing baseball. What?"
yeah.
So it's good. It's good when a young man has a plan. But
Well, now
okay,
Cam,
so so now obviously Atlanta's in your rear view.
Mhm.
So just dream scenario, they come up there and they holler like with the next pick in the NFL draft, they take Cameron Ball, defensive tackle, Arkansas. Where do you want to go?
Man, I want to go somewhere that's hot and somewhere that doesn't have state tax.
so so
That's
Texas
exactly
or
what I'm looking
Florida,
for. Somewhere that's hot and doesn't have state tax.
don't go to
But
California.
but if God say you finna go play in the snow in Buffalo, Lord, just point me to the nearest Burlington. We're gonna go get a coat.
Now, I'm a long time from the mid '80s Browns fan. Okay, so if you end up going playing besides Miles Garrett, all right, I want some Brown swag. That's all I ask for.
I got you. I got you.
Now, okay, man, we're awesome talking to you, dude. It's awesome talking to you. So glad to have you on. But we got a buddy of ours that's Clint and I have been best friends since sixth grade, right?
Yeah.
And so we got another buddy that's been our friend just as long. In fact, both of us have actually known him even longer than that. Clint grew up with him.
I've known him since we were 5 years old.
Yeah. But
Wow.
anyway, he has a company, Hometown Roofing. Okay.
Okay.
And they opened a Northwest Arkansas office in Greenwood now. And he wanted me to issue a challenge to you. Okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
this
challenge.
next season, okay, for every sack you get,
Every sack.
okay?
Sack.
And he's a guy that loves a good healthy sack, okay?
Good healthy sack.
He wants you to wrap up
Really,
and I mean
just
make it uncomfortable.
Don't get a roughing the passer when you sack.
Yeah.
Just that.
Yeah, just a good clean sack.
A good healthy sack.
For every sack, he's going to give $100 to the charity of your choice.
Okay.
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 So you let me know what charity, and he'll put it in your name. Is that cool?
That's cool, man. I'm all with that kind of stuff there.
Yeah. So Hometown Roofing, $100 for every healthy sack.
The Robert Branscombe Sack Challenge.
Yeah, the Robert Branscombe Sack Challenge.
It's
okay. Cool.
And so Cam Ball, he's a big fan of yours too, and he's I was talking to him on the phone this afternoon. He's proud of you've stayed all this time and the way you kind of stepped up as a leader to everything too, and so he wanted us to challenge you. So we want to see you get some sacks, okay? We want to see you make it uncomfortable, okay? And for those quarterbacks, and so just
you let them know that you just sacked them. Let them know that hey,
that's right.
Sack.
That's right. You just got sacked. The sack challenge, baby. $100 going to if you wanted to go.
Do you talk trash to the quarterback after you sacked him?
Quarterbacks, no. When I make a tackle, yes. Yeah, I do.
Like a running back tries to come through your hole and you shut it down and you say, no, not today, dude.
No, because I have my mouthpiece in, like, excuse my French, but I was just one time, I can't remember what game it was this year, but the running back was like 5'11", 5'10", and I tackled him. And then he was looking at me like he was scared because the way I was talking, but I was just told him, I was like, get your little ass down, get your little ass down, bring your little ass here, bring your little ass here.
There you go. Tell them about it.
Well, yeah.
All right, man. Well, Cam, dude, we seriously appreciate you doing this again, and it's a pleasure, and we want to give a lot of Robert's money away. Okay, so
yeah, a lot of Robert's.
All right, so we want to see you get into that passer. So get
what
that
was
swim.
What was the name of the challenge again?
The Robert Branscombe Healthy Sack Challenge, baby.
The Robert Branscombe Healthy Sack Challenge.
That's right.
Healthy Sack Challenge.
The Healthy Sack Challenge.
Or the Hometown Roofing Healthy Sack.
Oh yeah, Hometown Roofing Robert Branscombe Healthy
That's
Sack.
Right.
Yes,
we're going to work on the name.
Yeah, that's right.
It's definitely Healthy Sack.
Whatever it is, we're going to get you some money for, and if it goes, you whatever charity you want it to go to. So if you want it to go to your camp, whatever you want to do. Okay.
Yeah, I'll take it like that because I have a charity. I have a foundation, the Campbell Foundation. So
okay.
I'm gonna take Robert up on that now.
All right.
Perfect.
Sounds good, man. That's what
we're
want.
Gonna start it at the Liberty
foundation.
Bowl. How about that?
Okay.
We want Robert to bring a sack full of money to you, baby.
A sack full of money after the Liberty Bowl.
That's right.
Probably gonna have to get like some NIL disclosure now.
Hey, and I didn't say this, but let's start with the Liberty Bowl. Okay,
I literally just said that. Were you not listening?
Right. I know that's right, but I mean, it kind of hit me.
Yeah,
there.
The Robert Branscombe Healthy Sack Liberty Bowl Challenge.
That's right, but it's going to continue on through the season next year too. So, all right,
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Well, hey, folks, like, share, subscribe, share this one. Okay, this was a great conversation. We got some insight on NIL and stuff from a player, the transfer portal stuff from a player. It's good stuff, okay? Kind of help us to understand it from his point of view. So, man, appreciate you, Cam. Clint, peace out. God bless you guys. And we out.
Sweat, work, filthy, dirt, harvest, hurt, kingdom come. Sweat, work, filthy, dirt, harvest, hurt, kingdom come. Listen, that's why I sweat when I work. My hands get filthy down in this dirt. Won't see no harvest till I hurt. Crying your kingdom come. Listen, I wake up in the morning. bow my head to pray. Mama told me if I don't, ain't nothing gonna change. These prayers breaking up hard ground so I can sow the seed. Ain't afraid of no aches and pain. Lord knows I gotta follow his lead. That's why I sweat when I work. My hands get filthy down in this dirt. Won't see no more till I hurt. Crying your kingdom come.